YouTube, welcome to That Ain't My End videos. I'm so excited that you decided to tune in today. As usual, I am late posting this video vlog. It was supposed to be at the end of March, but we are clearly in the second week of April and a sister is late, so I'm apologizing. I'm working on it and I'm going to get better, but all that matters is that I showed up, and if I showed up, then it's all good. So what I want to go over right now is my numbers. When I weighed in at the end of February, I was at 204, 204 pounds. Well, at the end of March, I closed out at 192 pounds, which means I lost a total of 12 pounds for the month of March, and I am so excited, you guys. I've already begun to lose a little bit more, so I won't give you those numbers until the end of April. That way, everything would be totally fair. But I just want to let you know that I'm excited. I'm really excited about where I am. I'm feeling really good. My body has definitely changed. Mentally, I have changed, and I'm just overall sitting in a totally different place emotionally. The last time I came on here, I talked about feeling that unidentified feeling, and I'm so glad to say that these days I'm not feeling like that. I'm really finding myself, I'm really discovering myself, and I'm really liking this person that I'm becoming. From within to out, I'm really enjoying where I am. And so the things that I want to talk about today is about your motivation. I'm sorry, you guys, I just had someone come in and they just threw me off, but I'm going to keep on going though. Anyway, you never know what you may get when you tune in to That Ain't My End, because I'm just real spontaneous. So anyhow, I want to talk about motivational, about your motivation. And what I found is that in the process of me losing the weight and changing the way I eat and changing the way I think, that in the very beginning you're very motivated because you see the pounds dropping off fast, you see yourself changing fast, people are noticing, and you just motivated to make it happen. Plus, it's not taking that much of an effort for some of the weight to come off, so you feeling like, baby, I'm in heaven, hey. But after a while, you get used to the fact that I know I'm going to lose some type of weight without much effort. And when you get used to that, your motivation for where you should be headed becomes a little sidebarred, and you don't put the same amount of emphasis or charge on what it is that you had your eye on in the beginning. Well, I'm here to let you know that, have you ever asked yourself in life, why was I motivated in the beginning, but in the end I lost my drive? Have you ever asked yourself that? Well, there's a particular reason why that is so. And if you're not willing to do self-discovery to figure that out, well, then you'll be right back overweight like you were before. Tool or no tool, you'll be back overweight. And you don't want that to happen, not when you've put so much effort toward making a change and an impact in your life. So, like I said, I want to talk about motivation, but specifically motivational DNA. Our DNA, what it says is that there are characteristics about me that no matter what, they cannot change. Why? Because my DNA is made up of my mother and my father. So therefore, I have this particular nose, these particular eyes, this particular waist shape or feet size or nail or fingernail types. For whatever reason, you have these various characteristics because of your DNA, which is wired into your parents' DNA, which has given you what you've come out with. Well, in somewhat like way, when it comes to your motivational DNA, there are some characteristics about your motivation or what motivates you that cannot change. It's how you're wired. No matter what you do, it's just who you are. Like for example, no one can change that you're a person that don't like to do details, but you prefer to manage details. No one can change that you're not a spontaneous person, but you're more or less of a person that likes scheduled things. No one can change that because that's how you're wired up. Now you can use several different scenarios to explain what motivates you and how you're wired and what your DNA is made up of. But in reference to DNA, we're going to talk about your motivational DNA and what is it that keeps you motivated and what are the things that demotivate you. There's this book, it's called, it's by Tamara Lowry. And there's a website, www.getmotivatedbook.com. And when you click into that page, it's going to open up and there's going to be Tamara Lowry on the side looking very beautiful. And then at the bottom down below, it's going to say take the motivational DNA test. I want you to take that test. Because when you take that test is going to ask you a series of questions and it's going to let you know what your motivational type is. And it's going to go over what drives you. What are your needs? What are those things that you have to have? In other words, your awards. You know, we have to be awarded in life. When we are awarded, it does something on the inside of us. But it's going to go over your drives, your needs, and your awards. And those things come together to determine what motivates you. And it'll break you down by motivational type. There are several different motivational types, and it'll let you know who you are. In my motivational DNA type, I was the director, and it broke down a series of things and how and what motivates me. And oh my gosh, you guys, I don't want to bore you, but I want to give you some information so that when you leave this video today, you'll know what motivates you. I don't know what to tell you, but in life, what thrusts is another man further than another person. They can have the same degree, the same background, the same everything. But if one is driven by what motivates them and they know what motivates them, they will plummet a lot further than the other person who had all the same opportunities but did not know what drove them. And when it comes to your weight, I don't want you to sit back in the trenches trying to figure out and wonder, why did you get demotivated? Don't you want to know how you got motivated? Some of us got motivated in life and don't know how we lost it along the way. Maybe it was because something demotivated you and you didn't know it. But when you get ready to take that test and it helps you define and walk through some things, you'll better understand your motivational DNA and how that scenario can fit into you taking authority over weight gain and being able to stay free from gaining that weight back in the long run. Okay? So in all, about motivational DNA, what I want to say to you is that only when you're informed can you perform. And so now you've been informed. So use what you got, take that information, and apply it. Okay, apply it. So that's all I want to talk about in reference to motivational DNA. I want to go over my food real quickly because my food has definitely expanded. I pretty much can eat anything. But I told you before that denser, heavier foods make me feel weak and a little uncomfortable. But even in that has changed. I can still only eat small portions. I can eat a little bit more foods that have a little bit more density. But I think with my head, and I always say, small portion is the key. How many starches I include, how many vegetables are present, all those things matter to me. And so I tell you what, a year out from now, I'll probably be able to eat all the things I ate in the past. But only when a man changes the way he thinks that he changes his life. And so changing the way you think about food, I eat to live, not live to eat. You have to reverse that. And that's exactly what I have done for my life. I'm in the position now where I'm getting into my workout so that I can tone some areas that are kind of like moving around that shouldn't be moving. Well, I'm going to step that up. I should have done it earlier, but I'm on the ball now. I'm walking today, matter of fact. But anyway, because I do have company and I want to get to them, what I want to say to you is that as far as my food, I'm great, I'm awesome, I'm fabulous. I can even incorporate sweets and don't feel dumping. But you know what? It doesn't matter. I don't need that as a safeguard. me changing the way I think and me using this tool and it giving me my life back, that was enough for me to keep pressing forward. So all I want to say to you out there in YouTube land, and those of you that have joined with me, partnered with me to make a lifestyle change, I just want to let you know that ain't my end, and it is not your end either. Thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you at the end of April on time.